You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good Day Kentucky.
Welcome into Good Day Kentucky. I'm Doug High.
And I'm Lisa High. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. And we've got a lot coming up today in GDK.
We do. We've also got a new friend to introduce you to.
Yes, we do.
For a check of that forecast, we're going to say hi to meteorologist Angie Regal joining us. She's in for Dylan today. Angie, how are we doing?
We're doing good. We're checking the Somerset cam, and we've got just a few moments while this is still dry. We've got rain just starting to edge into Somerset area. So we're seeing this dry camera, but it's not gonna last very long. And we're checking out on radar right now, and you can see that band of showers is gradually making its way in. So most of us here in the Lexington area will say around lunchtime, that's when we're gonna start needing our umbrellas and scattered showers throughout the day. So you'll wanna keep them nearby. Cloud coverage moving in ahead of that rain, and that will continue throughout the rest of the day today. So as we take a look ahead, like I mentioned, during the noon hour, that's when most of us here will start seeing the rain. It'll continue throughout the rest of the day, make for a little bit of a wet commute, but then throughout the night that will start dissipating and we'll start seeing just cloud coverage move in its way. So for our night tonight and into Saturday, clouds will continue as that system moves out, but then leading into Sunday, we'll start see some clearing skies. So right now we're at 39 in Lexington, 36 in Richmond, and then today we're not going to climb too much. We'll see the mid to upper 40s in most areas, and because of those clouds and southeasterly winds, we're not going to see too much of a drop in our temperatures tonight. Great weekend ahead of us, though. I've got more coming up on that in my full forecast.
All right, thank you, Angie. Well, in Lexington, an injured man shows up to a local hospital with a gunshot wound. Police say the victim was driving along Versailles Road around 7 last night when he was shot while inside his car. He then drove himself to a local hospital where they described his injuries as non-life-threatening. Officers say a suspect has not been located. If anyone has information on this incident, they are encouraged to call the Lexington Police Department.
3 suspects are now charged after a late Wednesday night ambush shooting left a Lexington police detective with injuries. Police say 27-year-old DeQuise Sharp, 19-year-old Jatisse Parks, and 19-year-old Zaylin Doolin are each charged with attempted murder of a police officer in connection to Wednesday night's shooting on Royal Avenue.
The scene on Royal Avenue near Winchester Road in Lexington just before midnight on Wednesday, moments after police say an unknown suspect fired shots at an unmarked police car, injuring a detective. That officer suffering minor injuries and was able to fire back. Lexington Police Department announcing on Thursday they arrested 3 men in connection to the attack: 19-year-old Zaylin Doolin, 19-year-old Jatisse Parks, and 27-year-old DeQuise Sharp. All of them charged with attempted murder of a police officer, assault, criminal mischief, and 6 counts of wanton endangerment. Sharp also facing an additional charge of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Both Parks and Sharp were arrested last year stemming from a shooting incident that happened on July 4th on Stonehaven Drive in Lexington. The suspects also accused of firing shots into an occupied home on Royal Avenue with 6 people inside.
I mean, it woke me from a dead sleep. Sounded like, you know, a game of Fortnite or like Call of Duty or something. There was so many.
A man who lives in the area who agreed to an interview only off camera describing the chaotic scene.
I looked outside the window just to see, I mean, police all over the block. They were everywhere, and I heard them yelling at somebody to stop and shouting all these commands, and a little bit later I saw what I believe was a SWAT team or some sort of special police force with an armored vehicle show up and riot shields.
Unfortunately, this is just the latest incident for this man who says he's lived in the area for most of his life. His sense of security shaken in the neighborhood he's called home for more than 2 decades.
Before recent years, I think it was 9 or 10 shootings every year in Lexington, but now it just seems like you hear about it all the time, all over the city. And I see that reflected in this neighborhood too. It just seems like there's always some trouble going on around here. And it wasn't like that. It's sad to see the way it's ended up.
That was our Paxton Boyd reporting. All three men will be in court today for an arraignment at 1 p.m.
Well, a Henry County man has been convicted of murder. Kentucky State Police say Gregory Mason Haichu was found guilty on Tuesday of murder, arson, attempted murder, and tampering with physical evidence. KSP says back in October of 2018, they executed a warrant on Haichu for murder. They say the victim, Elijah Creekmore, was found burnt inside a car. Haichu's sentencing is set for April.
To Frankfort now, a few changes to a bill moving forward to put more restrictions on drag shows in the state. Republican Senator Lindsey Tishner announced updates yesterday to Senate Bill 147 during a Senate committee meeting. Now, SB 147 would create zoning regulations on adult-oriented establishments.
The businesses would not be able to be within 933 feet of a child care facility, recreational area, church, or any other place with children. One of the updates to the measure includes redefining drag performances targeted in the bill, but opponents say the proposal could cause harm.
We've changed the definition of drag performance to say drag performance with explicitly sexual content and moved that definition under the definition of adult cabaret.
As we have seen many times before, this bill has numerous gray areas and allows for multiple interpretations of the law. Although you define sexually explicit content and in a last-minute sub provided inadequate definitions of sexually explicit drag performances, it is still unclear if individuals who have any disapproval of drag could bring civil cause of action against those performers. This bill not only leaves Kentuckians with more questions than answers, but it also allows for a greater risk of certain Kentuckians to be targeted for harm and discrimination.
Senate Bill 147 passed the Senate committee 9-2. It now heads to the full Senate for consideration.
In Montgomery County, police say fentanyl pills were discovered during a traffic stop in Mount Sterling. Police say 34-year-old Nathaniel Lewis was arrested yesterday after he was pulled over for a traffic violation. Officers say they found a large number of fentanyl pills during his arrest. Police say Lewis is now charged with drug trafficking.
Governor Andy Beshear and Acting Deputy Secretary Laura Daniel Davis announced Kentucky will receive more than $74 million through the bipartisan infrastructure law to continue creating jobs and cleaning up hazards left by historic mining.
Now, this visit is part of the Biden-Harris administration's fourth Investing in America tour to highlight the impact of the president's agenda in communities across the country. They announced $74.2 million in funding to create jobs and to tackle legacy pollution sites in eastern Kentucky, as well as establishing the Appalachian Keystone Initiative to focus on climate change's effects in the region.
These funds are helping us close dangerous mine shafts, reclaim unstable slopes, and improve water quality for our communities and our families.
President Biden's Investing in America agenda, a key pillar of the Bidenomics strategy, is delivering the largest investment in tackling legacy pollution in American history.
In Madison County, Baptist Health in Richmond is asking for the community's help. The hospital says its emergency department is overflowing with too many patients. The hospital says right now they're seeing people come in for seasonal viruses and more.
We're still seeing the normal things. Yes, it's cold. We're hopefully winding up in winter. Yes, we're seeing some flu, but we're seeing normal things like pneumonia, people with heart attacks, people with other illnesses that don't have a seasonality to it.
So the hospital says with this increase, it's asking community members to also consider visiting primary care clinics or urgent care clinics or virtual care if they can.
Well, a new store is opening in Lexington at the Summit at Fritz Farm. The company Carhartt just opened their new store at the Summit as part of their retail expansion. This marks Carhartt's 43rd standalone retail store in the U.S. The workwear brand will feature its iconic styles and innovative features at the store. The new storefront will offer hardworking gear for men, women, and children, as well as footwear and accessories. It will be open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays.
Welcome to Lexington, Carhartt.
Yeah.
I predict they're going to be very popular.
I think they will.
Well, coming up, Angie has that full forecast for us.
Plus, two very different messages from two very different presidents during a visit yesterday to our southern border. Keep it here.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
And so much happening
right here in Kentucky.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
That's where we come in.
Good Morning Kentucky and Good Morning America.
We're right here, and we got you.
Yep, we got you, Kentucky.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including this powerful new Tundra with the best resale value in its class.
Toyota also believes in the power of personal choice for reducing carbon emissions, including this built-in-the-USA electrified Tundra Hybrid.
Now choose low 4.99 APR financing on a new 24 Tundra, or lease one from just $439 a month. Plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
The choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
NexGard Plus helps you protect your dog from fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, and more. All in one delicious monthly soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. NexGard Plus, the one you want for one-and-done protection.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new AbEX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing AbEX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
AbEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about AbEX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-507-8988 or go to sonobello.com.
Welcome back. We are dry here in Lexington for the time being. So we've got those clouds increasing earlier this morning. We had more of a clearing sky, but like I said, those clouds are going to continue in throughout the day today, and they're going to pretty much linger through the day tomorrow as well. 39 degrees right now, and it feels a little bit cooler than that. Again, we're a little bit colder than what we would expect for this time of the year, but we're going to change that too coming up in the next couple of days. Lake Cumberland experiencing some rain right now, some light showers that have started to move into the area. Most people will be out there boating. Not a great day for that quite yet, but with spring right around the corner, this camera will be very active coming up soon. Yesterday, the big story was the huge temperature drop that we experienced Wednesday into Thursday. Today, we're noticing a warming trend, and we're going to continue that trend throughout the weekend. So we're 7 degrees warmer right now than we were yesterday at that time. And like I said, we're going to warm up again tomorrow as well. Thankfully, all of us are above freezing, which is really important because as that rain moves in, we want to make sure all of our temperatures are above that freezing mark so that we're not dealing with any freezing conditions on the roads, just slippery conditions. So we do have Williamstown and some other northern friends that are still right there at that freezing mark. But by the time the rain makes it there, they should be a little bit warmer than that. Taking a look at Viper radar and areas, this is the system that's going to be bringing us some rain. Thankfully, this low pressure is going to skirt through the south. So Mississippi, Alabama, they'll be getting the bulk of the rain. For us, we're just going to be seeing those scattered showers throughout the day. And even in St. Louis, they're getting that blue and that pink. So that wintry mix is staying off to the northwest and just rain headed for our way today. So we do have that rain starting to edge its way in just ever so slightly. It's going to take it another hour or two to make it closer to the Lexington area. So we're just seeing those clouds increase ahead of it, and we'll continue to see that throughout the day. So taking a look ahead, by the lunchtime hour, most of us will need our umbrellas. That rain, the bulk of the rain, the heavy rain should be past us. maybe a scattered heavier shower throughout the day, but most of it moving on out, and then we'll just see that continue, and then mainly just clouds through the night tonight and through our day tomorrow. Closer as we get into Sunday morning, though, those clouds are going to start dissipating, and we're going to start seeing some clear skies for a really nice end to our weekend. Not much in the way of rain totals, maybe a ½ inch most areas through this. So again, maybe a little bit higher if you get into some heavier downpours. Temperatures, not too different than what they will be now, so mid to upper 40s in most areas. And because of that southeasterly wind and the cloud coverage that we'll have, we're really not seeing much of a temperature change through the night tonight as well. So what that looks like for our day today, again, not much of a change, mid to upper 40s in most areas, but our 7-day outlook is looking really good. So mid 40s today, look at this, Saturday, mid 50s, Sunday, low 70s. So our first weekend in March looking very spring-like, since spring is right around the corner. We will see some thunderstorms that may be coming back to the area late Monday night into Tuesday, but we're going to keep those mild temperatures around for a really great weekend and start of the work week next week.
Thanks. Looks like a great weekend.
Right.
Well, the southern border front and center for voters. President Biden and former President Trump visiting the border in Texas yesterday to say how they'd fix the issue.
Illegal border crossings are hitting record highs. More than 2 million people were apprehended in 2022 alone. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington.
President Biden and former President Trump with dueling visits at the U.S.-Mexico border.
We need to act. A very dangerous border. We're going to take care of it.
Both leading candidates for president saying how they'll fix the border crisis. Biden urging Republican lawmakers to pass the border security bill.
Instead of playing politics with the issue, why don't we just get together and get it done?
The bill would give more funding to Border Patrol officers and immigration judges. It's currently stalled in Congress.
I just don't believe that the Senate bill, as I've explained in all of our statements, meets the criteria that's necessary to solve the problem.
House Republicans are blocking the bill under direction from Trump, giving him political ammunition against Biden. Trump is promising mass deportations and more border wall. In Trump's 4 years in office, 50 miles of new wall was built, but deportations dropped significantly, far below his predecessor, Barack Obama. The former president at one point waving to migrants on the other side of the Rio Grande.
They like Trump. Could you believe it?
Before claiming, without providing any sources, that terrorists are crossing into the country.
They're coming from mental institutions, and they're coming from insane asylums, and they're terrorists. They're being led into our country.
Voters in Texas highlighting the urgency of the issue.
It is a crisis. Personally, immigration, of course, is a very big issue. We need to fix our immigration system.
With that border bill stalled, the president is considering taking executive action to tackle the crisis. That could include tougher asylum laws. An announcement could come at next week's State of the Union. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, on Capitol Hill Thursday, the Senate passed a stopgap bill to avoid a partial shutdown of the government by today. Lawmakers voted 77-13 to extend government funding on a short-term basis. The new deadlines are now set for March 8th and March 22nd. The House okayed the bill earlier in the day, and the measure now heads to President Biden to be signed into law. Some government funding would have expired today if lawmakers didn't pass the stopgap bill in time. On Wednesday, congressional leaders announced an agreement on 6 appropriations bills. They said the package of 6 spending bills will be enacted before March 8th.
Well, in Georgia, State House lawmakers advanced a bill Thursday that would require local law enforcement to report and track anyone living in the country illegally. It's a measure that gained steam in Georgia's legislature, excuse me, following the recent death of nursing student Laken Riley, who was found murdered on the campus of the University of Georgia. The suspect, Jose Antonio Ibarra, was arrested in 2022 after unlawfully entering the country and was paroled and then released. House Bill 1105, also known as the Georgia Criminal Alien Track and Report Act of 2024, passed mostly along party lines. It gives police the power to arrest with probable cause anyone suspected of being an undocumented immigrant. Officers would have the authority to transfer the person to a federal facility if it is verified that they are in the country illegally.
Well, coming up after our break, the latest on a notorious cyber criminal gang, 2, overhauling the Panera menu.
Oh, no.
We cover it all in Consumer Watch.
Stay with us.
There's a fire within some that refuses to be extinguished. What happens when the call of adventure clashes with silence? We're here when you need us. Batteries Plus, awaken your drive.
Bye-bye cough.
Later chest congestion. Hello, 12 hours of relief.
12 hours?
Mucinex DM gives you 12 hours of relief from chest congestion in any cough, day or night. Mucinex DM. It's comeback season. Now try Mucinex InstaSoothe sore throat medicated drops.
These new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery will get you moving.
Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself means dealing with...
Okay, I'll give you half now. Okay, and this.
This is mine. Don't suffer selling your car on your own. Visit WeBuyAnyCar.com to see what your car's worth. We make it easy. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Nice.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Liquor Barn is the destination for all of life's special moments. Come on, I'll show you. So who's the lucky guy?
My man, right here.
We have all the best bourbon, including the kind that will impress her dad. And these are for you guys. Hey, lovebirds. Date night?
Netflix and chill?
We're staying in tonight.
May I suggest a wine?
I was thinking this one.
Tailgate time?
Yes.
These ready-to-drink cocktails are a game day favorite. And if you're in a rush, no problem. We'll deliver right to your door.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life. Visit Batteries Plus near you or online at batteriesplus.com.
Once a student is reported missing, all hell breaks loose.
Did this college student kill his best friend over a woman they both loved?
Now you're speaking out for the first time. Why?
All new 2020, tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Hey, welcome back in. Well, the notorious cyber criminal gang that launched an attack on a Fulton County, Georgia, has not profited from this alleged scheme. According to the county's Board of Commissioner chairman, no ransom was handed over. Now, Lockbit is the name of this group that claimed responsibility for the hack. They gave the local government a deadline of Thursday. It's been trying to extort Fulton County for the past few weeks, threatening to release data the group says it took from the county. Now, the hack has hindered county computers. It's disrupted the processing of water bills and property tax payments. However, county officials say they're making progress with the recovery of information. The FBI and other law enforcement partners worldwide recently announced a full-scale crackdown on Lockbit.
Wow.
This is like the third cyber criminal story we've had this week.
It is, and it's very dangerous for everybody involved. And I don't know, they've got to crack down on it and protect the folks somehow.
Absolutely.
Don't know how. Well, video game maker Electronic Arts plans to lay off 5% of its workforce. The company had 13,400 workers a year ago, so it's estimated that roughly 670 jobs will be cut. The company is also ending development of some game titles. That includes a Star Wars game. The first-person shooting game was in the early stages of development. The layoffs follow cuts at other video game companies as well. They include Sony's PlayStation, Microsoft Gaming, Riot Games, and Epic Games as well.
I thought video game companies were recession-proof.
Oh, I thought they were too,
I'm
completely.
Surprised at this. Well, Panera, going back to its bread and butter, the restaurant is overhauling its menu to refocus on sandwiches and salads. And if I can just say soups, I hope they keep focusing on soups. It's reportedly the plans to become a publicly traded stock again. So starting April 4th, some menu items will be deleted, like the flatbreads. So 9 new ones will take their place, including a cheesesteak version, the ranch Cobb salad, Panera is also enhancing 12 existing popular menu items. In recent years, the company expanded its menu to appeal to dinner customers.
Well, you know, I mean, they were very successful in the beginning, and if they're seeing problems, then maybe they do need to, you know, readjust some things.
I think Panera for dinner more often than I used to.
Yeah, you do, with the soups.
That's right.
Well, over 100,000 bottles of mouthwash have been recalled because they pose a potential poisoning risk for children. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, Heritage Store hydrogen peroxide mouthwash lacks child-resistant packaging, which is required, of course, for products that contain a certain level of ethanol. The recall includes the eucalyptus mint and winter mint flavors. The manufacturer is offering refunds or replacements. Consumers should place the mouthwash out of reach of children immediately. No injuries related to the mouthwash have been reported yet.
Okay, so Heritage hasn't asked my opinion on this, but
yeah.
Hydrogen peroxide mouthwash? I mean, that wouldn't jump off the shelf at me as a mouthwash.
Yeah, it wouldn't for me either, yeah.
Okay, well, just a sidebar there. Well, coming up after our break, our studio guest will discuss the importance of the Digital Access Project to women's history, to our regional African American history, and more. Stay with us.
Never took us for a canoe family. But when my car insurance rate kept going up, it really was the best option. Sure, we end up being late a little more often.
Reverse.
But the kids love it.
This gets over. Don't make me turn this. Stop, because you're making this worse. Stop.
Now that we've found affordable insurance, we're back on solid ground.
Safe Auto is now Direct Auto. Get flexible payments on state minimum coverage and stop compromising.
Change is never easy. There will be naysayers, doubters, and critics. You may even give up for a moment, only to start again another day. Because you believe in moving to the beat of your own drum, in passing down lifelong skills, in your ability to lose weight and keep it off. And when you believe you can succeed, you already have.
Wegovy is for adults with obesity and shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat type 2 diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
So keep on believing, because it's not just about the weight you lose. It's about everything you gain. Believe on. Wegovy.
New hot thing for
Opening a bag of chips without making any noise is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good Day, Kentucky.
Hey friends, welcome back into Good Day. Well, each year, National Read Across America Day is celebrated on March 2nd. Also, the birthday of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, and today we are joined by ABC 36's Kim Dixon, giving us details on what to expect and how you can celebrate Read Across America Day. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Lisa. I am here today at the East Side branch of the Lexington Public Library, and I'm talking with Jimmy Brem from Carnegie Learning. He's going to talk to us a little bit about Read Across America Day. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, good morning, Kim. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad that we could meet here today and talk a little bit about this. Not only are you with Carnegie Learning, but at one point you did work in the K-5 system. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Right here in Fayette County Schools. I was the principal at Garden Springs Elementary. Wonderful school.
Oh, yes.
Great place. Yeah, absolutely. So that's really where I began to really foster my love of really helping children learn how to read and helping adults help children learn how to read.
So tell us a little bit about what Dr. Seuss Day is about. we do this every year, yes?
Yeah, so Read Across America Day celebrates Dr. Seuss's birthday, and now, the National Education Association leads Read Across America Day, and it's really about spreading that love of reading across the country to children, with children, and for adults as well, so that we all can experience that we can learn from text and really the magic of learning to read and being able to read together.
Jimmy, that's why we do this. It's an amazing day, and it's going to kick off National Read Across America Week. But talk to me a little bit about when we start learning. When I was a little girl, I thought I started learning to read when I was 5. When does it really start?
Yeah, and so when we talk about the skills of reading, and you know me, Kim, I can get really deep down into this, so probably not going to be able to do that all today, but, absolutely, the ability to lift words off a page is a lot of times where we say that's what reading is, and that's where those critical phonics skills are so important, that we're explicitly teaching those and practicing those with kids. But we start learning to read from the moment we're born, and we start hearing language. We start hearing people talking to us in grocery stores and recognizing, wow, those sounds actually are meant to tell me something, right? That's that language development. That's the first milestone of reading, which starts immediately upon us entering the earth, which is why Read Across America Day is so important for kids at all ages. Picking up a book, reading with the kids you love, the baby you love, so they start picking up that language vocabulary.
You're never too young to start learning things and understanding language, which builds a foundation for reading.
No, absolutely not. And finding the books you love, right? A 2-year-old can start learning what they're interested in, right? When dad reads me or grandma or my aunt reads me a book about frogs, I get really interested. Well, that's likely a child who's interested in nonfiction books, is interested in frogs. We can start seeing that in kids way before they're able to start reading themselves. So definitely never too young to start getting into that. What books is my child going to love or the kids in my life going to love?
It's so important. And another important thing is being here today at a library. This is a great place for learning, for reading. There are books here for all ages, and we are so lucky here in Lexington to have the Lexington Public Library.
Oh, the library system here is amazing, and I'm so glad we got to do this here because we want students to have their forever books. Like I always say, kids need books that are theirs, and we have so many great community organizations and what our schools do to make sure kids have their forever books. But we're also so fortunate here in Central Kentucky to have amazing library systems where you can come and explore all types of books so you can find the books they're interested in, because so frequently they're not the same books that we're interested in. So great access, great people here to help you do that as well. Just a magical place. Love the library.
Well, Jimmy, I have to share with you one of my favorite books when I was a little kid. This is Hello Kitty Sleeps Over. And this book was one of my favorites because I had a hard time when I was little doing sleepovers.
Aww.
And so this book really helped me to feel comfortable with sleepovers. It really is amazing what books can do for us.
And are you doing better with that?
Well, I still have a hard time with sleepovers, but
okay.
I'm a lot better with this.
When we get finished, we'll read it again. We'll power through.
So, Jimmy, if people want to learn a little bit more about Carnegie Learning, where can we find you?
Yeah, CarnegieLearning.com is where you can learn about Carnegie Learning. We really support my work as a travel and work with districts across the country and helping teachers and students make those gains that we want to see for kids. So CarnegieLearning.com. And I travel all across the country every week, but here in Central Kentucky on the weekends and always happy to support however needed.
Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us today, and we are going to be reading a book here in a little while together.
That's right.
We're going to go back to you in the studio now. Happy pre-National Dr. Seuss Day.
All right.
Yeah.
Kim, thanks for that. Well, 3 great organizations coming together here. The University of Kentucky's Commonwealth Institute for Black Studies, the Lexington Black Prosperity Initiative, and the Fayette County Clerk's Office. They're very proud to present the Digital Access Project.
That's right, also known as DAP, too. And today we are joined by Shay Brown with all the details on the project. Shay, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you.
So first of all, can you give us an overview of what exactly is DAP?
DAP is through the county clerk's office. Our records, our old records dating back to the 1780s roughly, going forward, have been digitized. Remember, Kentucky didn't look like it looked now with 120 counties. Right. There were only 3 original counties: Fayette County, Lincoln County, and Jefferson. So our records are the beginning records of Kentucky. and we digitized them, made them available on the Fayette County Clerk's Office online portal. You can access these records on FayetteDeeds.com under Land Record Search non-indexed documents.
Awesome.
Stacey, we've talked before about how important this is because, I mean, this is helping families piece their family history together. We've talked about how African-American history was somewhat lost to antiquity, and we've been able, through these records, to piece that together as well. But coming up on Women's History, we're playing a role in that too, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Through the Digital Access Project, some of the myths back in the late 1700s, 1800s is women did not own property. They were not intelligent enough to deal with the affairs of the family, but that's not true. Through the DAP records, when you look at these records, yes, we look at two categories. We look at the European American women, which are the white women, and African American women, which we term black women. White women, they own property and they inherited property. They managed the affairs. They were very intelligent, successful entrepreneurs as well. But the dark side of it is, yes, white women did own and sell enslaved individuals. And then when you look at the enslaved, those black women, we see some heartful, cruel, and inhumane dark moments. One is the fact that, yes, they did inherit property as free African Americans. And yes, they owned property if they were set free. But the bad part is that they were stripped from families. We see records where their children were sold, their spouses were sold off to other enslavers. And that's the hurtful thing. We see the term is, the scholarly term I say is, when was a person a slave? Were they born a slave, or when they were conceived in the womb were they a slave? But our records go even further than that. When an enslaved person was either 8 years old, 9 years, 14, did not even have children, or even not think about having children, they were already considered, that child was already considered a slave. We call it preconception slavery, where the enslaver says, you are a slave, and any future offspring, or your increase is the word they use, or future increase is deemed a slave.
So we're accomplishing a lot here. We're myth busting, we're following trails of breadcrumbs here to help piece family history together.
That's right.
These records are so important, and folks out there may not realize that this is all available now thanks to you and your team's hard work on making this available.
Yes, over 91,000 pages. By the end of December of last year, we have digitized, but there's multiple records on the page. And that's 176 books. We still have funding from the Bluegrass Community Foundation, the Knight Donor Charitable Fund. So we're still digitizing. UK is, and I, we're working on developing a pilot project. My co-director, Dr. Vanessa Holden, check out this wonderful book she's written, Surviving Southampton. It deals with African-American resilience during the Nat Turner community, how women played a part in the freedom of Black America, and the cooperation with white Americans that helped with the freedom movement. So check out Southampton. Check out our images on FayetteDeeds.com. Check out that. It's free. You can access it. It's through the Fayette County Clerk's portal.
Wonderful.
Wow. History that would have been lost to antiquity.
Yes, exactly.
Stacey, thanks to you and the team for what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to see you. We're back after this. Stick around.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant everywhere.
4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend whole body deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your
Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Bother the bugs, not your family. Zevo is made with essential oils which attack bugs' biological systems. It wipes cleanly, plus is safe for use around people and pets. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant everywhere.
We're all human. It's okay to smell like one.
I smell very human right now, which is totally normal. Girl, preach.
But if it bothers you, 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend whole body deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your bits.
So you can use it on your
Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea,
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
This new Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear is so soft and so smooth.
New Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better for a smooth, more enjoyable go. Charmin, enjoy the go.
Need to sell your house fast? I'm Todd Haas. We make selling your house fast and easy. We can buy your house as is in as little as 10 days. We buy inherited houses, trashed houses, divorced houses, and foreclosures. In fact, we buy just about anything. Call me today for a free home visit. 859-888-1100. Haas & Haas Properties is the faster way to sell your house.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
ABC 36 on your side.
Hey, welcome back. It's Friday. That means our buddy, entertainment guru Mason King, joins us on the couch to decipher this A-list lineup we have today.
Yes,
We got
and it's a good one.
Some big names and big stories to talk about. Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? You've heard of this cat. He now owns the rights to several of his stage names, his catchphrases, and taglines. I didn't realize that he didn't own the rights to some of his most popular stuff, right?
I know.
So according to this filing, some of the names and phrases that Johnson legally acquired, so if you smell what The Rock is cooking, right? We all know that one. And the People's Champion. So these were just floating around. He didn't have ownership of them, now he does. The list goes on to name many more titles the professional wrestler turned actor has held over the years. So if you hadn't heard, Johnson recently joined the board of directors for TKO. This is the company that owns the WWE, and he's set to play an MMA fighter in an upcoming dramatic film.
Yeah.
Does The Rock like 4 or 5 films a year? Does it feel that way?
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see him in this new. It's like his experience. He's already, been a professional wrestler, so like to see him do MMA will be really cool.
He's going to bring some realism
do his
to
acting and his MMA skills together.
Yeah, and he's portraying Mark Kerr, right?
Yes.
In the film, so it should be good. It's going to be interesting. Well, here's another interesting character, too. Oprah Winfrey is parting ways with Weight Watchers after nearly a decade on the company's board of directors. The media mogul who joined Weight Watchers in August of 2015 and acquired a 10% stake in the company announced that she won't stand for re-election at its annual shareholder meeting in May. Now, Winfrey didn't issue a public statement. A Weight Watchers regulatory statement said that her decision was not a result of any disagreement or any matter relating to the company's operations, policies, or practices.
Okay.
I think the woman just wants the scale back. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is good for her. Yeah, I just think she's just going to, take her career in a different path and just kind of, settle down. I think she is getting enough age, to relax.
Retire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, obviously a great relationship there, and the end of the contract, right?
Yes, yeah.
She looks great.
And it's good that there's no bad energy leaving. So
That's right.
It seems like it was like a mutual agreement.
It does.
All right, so get this, Doug and Lisa. AMC can thank Taylor Swift and Beyonce for a bottom line boost. The movie chain reported fourth quarter revenue of $1.1 billion. That's an increase of more than 11% from the same time a year ago. AMC's CEO says literally all of that increase is due to 2 concert films, namely Taylor Swift's Eras Tour and Beyonce's A Film by Beyonce. The Swift movie is the highest grossing concert film and documentary in history. Both films are an AMC exclusive and are the First movies the chain has distributed on its own on its 103-year history.
So it's been no secret, it's been in the headlines that it was just a disastrous year for the box office. So thank goodness for the power of T Swift and Beyonce.
Those two concerts I know were really big, and I didn't go see. I was planning to go see Beyonce, but I didn't, and then I didn't go see Taylor Swift because I was wanting her, to come to streaming. I think she has one documentary already on Disney Plus, and then I was waiting for Beyonce's or her movie to come on like a Netflix or something.
Well, honestly, Mason, who can afford to go to these concerts?
Exactly. I know, because they have these
thousands of dollars.
outrageous prices. Yes,
right.
For sure.
I mean, honestly, you have to take out a small
loan. Yeah.
I'll bet the board at AMC is like, thank you,
Beyonce, I know they are.
And T Swift for saving our industry here, no less.
Yes. Well, today in entertainment news, the movie opening this weekend could be music to the ears of theater owners and a film about a man who hears music everywhere. So here's David Daniel. He is going to pick up the tune in our Hollywood Minute.
Look who's back from the dead. I'll do what must be done.
Dead pretty much describes movie theater box offices this year, but Dune Part 2 could change that. Industry forecasts show the science fiction sequel's opening weekend could hit $80 million, more than the total box office of any film released in 2024 so far. Data trackers the box office companies say at this point in the sales cycle, Dune Part 2 is outselling such hits as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick 4, and even Oppenheimer.
For as long as I can remember, everyday regular sounds, I turn into rhythm.
Here's your first look at Musica, directed, co-written by, and starring Rudy Mancuso, based on his real life with a form of synesthesia, in which people perceive one or more of their senses differently. He's also trying to make sense of family pressures, his romantic life, and his future. Musica begins streaming on Prime Video April 4th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I don't think you actually know what you
So before we get to that weekend planner, Doug, is that how you looked when you first saw me across the room?
Thunderstruck.
And then a fish smacked you across the face.
Smacked me in the face. Yeah, doesn't that's first love, right? That fish comes out and
I thought
knocks you out.
that's kind of how it went.
Well, time for your weekend planner, folks. So much happening in Lexington and the surrounding areas. The planner is here with our friends at Visit Lex to make sure that your choices are truly awesome. So we've got 3 great ones to choose from here. First up tonight, Gray Line Station Block Party. Go out and enjoy a great night with deals at Gray Line Station, food options, drinks. They get a huge crowd for this, about 1,500 people at the last one. So this is from 5 to 9 tonight. It's free to attend. Maybe a little mix and mingle there. What do you say?
I love it. I love that. And then also we have River City Tintype artist talk and photo sessions. It'll be at the 21C Museum Hotel in downtown Lexington, happening on Saturday, March 2nd from 1 to 7. This is really cool, Doug.
This is very cool. This is Civil War era, 1850s, 1860 era photography. So the daguerreotypes, the tintypes, and it's art now, right? I mean, and they do it exactly the same way that they did it back then.
And I love how 21C, they always are changing up their exhibits.
They are. Yeah, if you haven't been there, you definitely need to check it out.
So nice in there.
It is.
And last but not least, Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors, along with Donovan Woods, performing at Manchester Music Hall this Sunday at 8 p.m. Tickets start at $25 for the concert.
So this is a great way to kind of end the weekend, right? A little bit of live music at Manchester.
Yeah, lots of things going on downtown. I love that. And these are just 3 suggestions for you among dozens of awesome weekend events and attractions in our area. Remember that visitlex.com isn't just for out-of-town visitors. They are here for all of us, and they're the gateway for all things Lexington and the Bluegrass.
So remember, we've got your weekend planner every Thursday on our noon program and Friday right here on Good Day Kentucky for your ABC 36. Visit Lex Weekend Planner. Make it a great weekend. We've got great weather, too.
Yes, we do.
So it's going to be a good one. Taking a break. We are back with more for you after this.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea,
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
This new Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear is so soft and so smooth.
New Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better for a smooth, more enjoyable go. Charmin, enjoy the go.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and guess what? I'm hosting the Oscars once again. Why? They had me on auto renew, and they forgot to turn it off.
Jimmy Kimmel returns to host the Oscars, live Sunday, March 10th on ABC.
The Oscars, sponsored locally by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life. Watch the Oscars live March 10th at 7 p.m. on ABC 36.
Gwen, I feel as if I really shouldn't be having lunch with you here today because I'm just so focused on my mother. She's been falling a lot lately. I don't think she's taking her meds properly, and I'm just so stressed out.
That's why I invited you to lunch today. My grandmother got to a place where she cannot safely live alone too, and I found this wonderful organization that specializes in helping us age with grace. That's the name of it, Aging with Grace. Just call them and they will work their magic and all your problems concerning your mother will be solved.
Name a place you'd be shocked to see a man bring his inflatable doll as his date.
Funeral, Steve.
Hey, dog, who you taking to Uncle Earl's funeral? Man, I got this fine little thing.
5 days a week, you'll be saying, "What the feud?" Woo. Family Feud, weekdays at 10 and 7:30 on ABC 36.
Welcome back. Here's our weather headlines that we want you to know about as you start your Friday. We will have scattered showers throughout the day today, but our weekend is looking great. Our first weekend of March, spring right around the corner and just 18 days away, and we're getting a preview of that this weekend. We're going to dry out and warm up and just have a great weekend. And then we will have returning storm chances later Monday into Tuesday, which we'll talk about here coming up. We are checking in at Somerset and the rain is falling there. We checked in with them at the top of the hour and it was dry. That rain has since moved in, so the roads are wet and it's gradually making its way towards the Lexington area. So you can see as we check our road temps and conditions, thankfully, these temperatures are all above freezing. We've been watching that through the night and early morning, making sure as this rain started to fall that we weren't going to be dealing with any frozen roads, mainly just slick roads, which that will impact our evening commute here in the Lexington area. Temperatures right now, upper 30s. We do still have Williamstown in the right around the freezing mark, but the rest of us right there in the mid to upper 30s. So as we check in, the low pressure system that's bringing us these scattered showers for us right here, and it's going to stay to the south. It's skirting through the south, so those of us in Lexington area, we're not going to be seeing any of the wintry conditions like they're seeing in St. Louis and those areas. It's just going to be rain for us, and thankfully the bulk of the rain is going to stay to the south of us, Tennessee, South Carolina areas. So Danville, you've got the heavier showers moving through your area right now, and you can see Lexington is going to start getting those sprinkles here. This is it in motion, so again, the wintry mix staying to the north and to the west, and then we're just getting the rain and clouds moving into the area for the rest of the day. So as we track this, by midday, most of us here will start seeing that heavier rain. Most of it will be light, a heavy downpour here or there, but nothing major. Then our evening commute, expect some slippery road conditions as that rain continues to fall, scatters throughout the night, and then really we're just ushering in back those clouds. We will have cloudier conditions for our day on Saturday, but as we continue throughout that day and the system continues to move east, that's when we'll see those clearing skies and making for a really nice Sunday to complete our weekend. Rain chances today, we're at 90%, but look at this. Into the weekend, we're in the zeros. So that's what I'm talking about. That really nice start to March with a beautiful weekend ahead, no rain. So we've got those scattered showers, 47 today here in Lexington. Tonight, because of the clouds and that southeasterly wind, we're really not seeing a temperature change through the night tonight. But as we take a look at that 7-day forecast tomorrow, that warming trend continues. Mid to upper 50s. Sunday, low 70s. Again, more sunshine making its way in. And then by Monday, late Monday night, that's when we're going to be tracking thunderstorms and some more rain in the way, and the bulk of that will be here on Tuesday. But looking at those temperatures, low 70s on Monday, 60 on Tuesday, so we're going to be above average. A great start to our March, so get out there and enjoy that weekend.
NexGard Plus helps you protect your dog from fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, and more. All in one delicious monthly soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. NexGard Plus, the one you want for one-and-done protection.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. But a little Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil psyllium fiber gels to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down, and also helps lower cholesterol and slows sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. So you can feel lighter and more energetic. Lighten every day the Metamucil way. Feel less sluggish and weighed down after just 14 days. Sign up for the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
WeBuyAnyCar.com. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer.
Ooh, I won again. What are the odds? Hey, double or nothing?
Why take a chance with a trade-in? Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Nice.
Don't gamble with dealers. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Coming up on ABC 36 News at noon, we're going to introduce you to a therapeutic farm that works with special needs children.
We've also got your forecast, of course, your headlines too. We'll see you back here for News at Noon.
Morning Brew is sponsored by your locally owned Big B Coffee of Georgetown.
Hey, welcome back in. Time for some Morning Brew. We share positive, uplifting stories around here. One Iowa woman is celebrating her 102nd birthday, and she's doing it by giving gifts to others.
Oh, it's
How
so
sweet is this?
Really
Trudy Handelman of Bettendorf asked for 102 canned goods for an area food pantry for her birthday.
Oh, and even though her big day isn't until March 5th, Handelman's birthday wish has already come true with more than 150 food items collected. The staff at Quartet Senior Living, where Handelman lives, will deliver the food in her name next week. Handelman says that she and her relatives will have a family dinner on her birthday, and she'll also have cake and punch with her fellow residents at the living facility.
This
is so
very,
cute.
very sweet.
I love that. I really do. And today's Morning Brew Big B Coffee winner is John Sutherland from Owensville, Kentucky.
All
Congratulations.
right.
You're the winner of a Big B coffee mug and a bag of coffee. Viewers, you can go to the contest tab at WTVQ.com and click on that contest tab to take the Big B Coffee Trivia Challenge for your chance to win. I hear it's pretty easy. I think we can get by with it.
We'd like to caffeinate you up. Thanks, folks. We'll see you at noon.
Bye, everyone.